Ladies and gentlemen, SideStrafe here with Red Orchestra 2, and this is the Steam free-to-play weekend where you can also get this game for 75% off. That's $9.99. $12.99 if you want the Digital Deluxe Edition, which is going to give you some pre-unlocked weapons, which you can eventually get anyway, as well as some skins for killing floor. Oh, there's a nice shot from a long distance range there. And yeah, so the value is definitely in check. However, you know, even though a game's cheap, that doesn't necessarily mean you should buy it, because you're going to take up some hard drive space and perhaps just waste your time if the game is terrible. And let's face it, this game has not done well in terms of reviews. In fact, it has been downright poor, mostly because the devs tried to release another Call of Duty game, or Hollywood action shooter, as I like to call it. They tried to appease two types of fans, the realism fan base as well as the COD or action shooter fan base, which they didn't really do well on either side, and it kind of just pissed off two factions. So with that said, they've apologized. They made a video and they said, you know what, we screwed up, we're sorry, here's how we're going to fix the problem, with the Game of the Year edition, which has also been released as of yesterday, which is May 24th. Now, with that, what is in that Game of the Year edition that's going to really make it worth any price? And really, it's this classic mode that we're playing right now. This mode is trying to bring the game back to Red Orchestra standards, whereas it's going back to its roots with the mod or the first game, which I'm not really familiar with either, as I haven't played any of the RO franchise. So my opinion is mostly coming at you from a realism shooter standpoint, and I'm trying to shoot at things. I'm not even sure if I see people or not at this point, but because the distance is so rough, especially with these iron sights alone, as we are playing this live. So please bear with me as my commentary may struggle a bit, as I am very much trying to focus on this game, as it does require a lot of good attention and patience, which is why I'm actually really enjoying it. So anyway, the other thing they did release is what they call an action mode, which is kind of a dumbed down mode that's still pretty intense, but is there to kind of get people used to the realism that this game has with it. However, I would rather that they just didn't include that mode and just bring this game back to full-on realism no matter what. Because when you give people the choice, that means a lot of the community is still going to want to play those lame game modes, and that the servers will probably be running nothing but. And that's not good, considering right now there's only a few classic servers running, which is really quite sad, as there needs to be a lot more of this mode. Otherwise, I don't know how well the game is going to do going past the free weekend. People might just drop it again once the community dies back down. People might be trying it out, they might not like it, and that'll be the end of it, and I'll get shot in the face. So there you go. I mean, there's the lethality of this game, and honestly, I'm fine with it. You know, yeah, it's going to be frustrating, but that's my own fault. I got into a bad position, I got shot. It happens in real life, it happens in this game. And that's what I want out of a game. In fact, this is kind of what I wish Battlefield 3 would be. You know, to have the aesthetics, the animations, the sound effects, but mix it with awesome realistic gameplay. That's kind of what this game is, and I actually have to thank a lot of my audience for saying, hey, SideStrafe, try out this game, because it is a lot of what you're asking for, except wait for the new patch that's coming out that's going to fix everything. And well, it's here, and I'm playing it. And yeah, even though it is free-to-play weekend, I have gone ahead and given them my $10, because I want to support the developer as much as I can, but I wasn't willing to pay full price for a big mess or another Call of Duty clone. I'm not looking for that, and I really hope the community will put up the right amount of servers. And let's see, I want to get to these trenches maybe so I can push up a little bit. Get into this crater and kind of follow that crew that's moving right. Get down. Use this cover. Now, this cover mechanic is brilliant. I haven't seen too many games use a cover mechanic quite this good. And I don't know if I see something there, but I'm just going to shoot into that pit. I guess that's just a rock or something that I keep shooting at, because otherwise I think everybody else would have gotten them by now. But that's my biggest worry, because looking at the server browser, like I said, I saw a lot of action mode servers and very few classic mode servers. I saw a couple of the old realism mode, which apparently is just kind of like Battlefield's hardcore mode. And that to me is just obviously not acceptable either, because even Battlefield's hardcore was not really good enough for me. It still took too many rounds to kill people, and I'm not okay with that. So I want more realism. And yes, you could say, okay, we have Arma 2. We have Iron Front that's also coming out today, the 25th. And, you know, okay, cool. But you know what? There should be more than one realistic shooter. Like I always say, I don't want there to be a monopoly on a franchise, and I want game developers to challenge each other and fight to make better games. There's contact. Oh, he's shooting at me, and I just missed. So let's try that again. Come on. How about give me one more shot? Come on, give me a chance. Come on. So, like I said, this game, I think it can do very well as long as the players support it. Because the developers have delivered, as far as I'm concerned, on their promise. They gave us a Game of the Year edition that fixes a lot of the issues. And now it's just up to us to support it, to give them the money, to buy their game, to play it, and to run the proper servers. Because if they don't, then the game will have failed, and it's at this point going to just be our fault, because either people don't want to give it a chance, or it's just not good enough to meet the community standards. You know, it might not have enough in it. It may be too unknown at this point. There's a guy. Lead that target, and I miss him. There we go. Yay, finally got somebody. It's so satisfying when you hit somebody with this, because it's usually a one-shot kill. I keep seeing a muzzle flare coming from in that trench, or near that. You see that right there? I'm not sure where that's at, though. There he is. Still alive, or did somebody get him? Oh, I got a kill assist. I haven't actually seen a kill assist happen in this game, because usually you one-shot people. So let's try to move up here. Get into the trench. Every second exposed is bad. So, like I said, my first impressions so far are very good, and the tank combat too is really, really cool, especially with the fully rendered 3D interiors. Except for the fact that this game really only has a couple of tank levels, and it doesn't utilize them enough. So we'll see how that goes. It is primarily an infantry-based game, so if you're wondering whether you should have this or Iron Front, I say if you have the money, you can have both, because they both excel in two different areas. Iron Front focuses a lot on vehicular play, whereas this game does not. It's mostly only got the two tanks, and that's not really enough in my opinion, but it is really good in terms of just being a really good infantry shooter. And when it does bring in the tanks, it does pretty well with that. I'm pretty close up to some trouble here, so we kind of want to be, I don't want to be out here. I feel exposed. My spidey senses are tingling. Get in the cover. So it still wants us to attack down in that direction. Now this is of course a game of patience and logical tactics and just really hardcore, brutal, punishing gameplay, and that's the way it should be. You know, this is war. You have a gun in your hand. This isn't super soakers. I mean, come on. We're fighting to kill other human beings, and even though it's a video game, there are other types of genres out there that should make up for that deathmatch feeling that some people want. They're called Quake, Unreal Tournament. There's even a new game out there that I can't even pronounce called like Nexuiz or something that is out there for the individuals that want, you know, unrealistic gameplay. But it seems like people are obsessed with, no, I want to be a military guy and I want it to play like Quake, which is basically what Call of Duty and even Battlefield is becoming. I don't get it. Is it that you want to look cool while you're running around? Like you don't want to have a rocket launcher, you don't want to be a Quake guy, you have to be some special forces guy that runs around like an idiot, you know, shooting full auto and just hitting everything in sight. I mean, why is it important that you be dressed up as a modern day military soldier? Because that's not how they fight in real life. And you look like a dang retard, you know, playing these games and just constantly demanding that developers make other versions of Call of Duty. And it's really ticking me off, as you can tell, because I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of people demanding that other developers make the games that they want when they already have such a wide selection and variety of those titles already, you know? And now we're in overtime. My rage has brought forth overtime. And, you know, that's what it comes down to. Selfish gamers out there, the majority of players in the world who prefer unrealistic games, who always get their way because they're the majority, and most publishers want to push their developers to make unrealistic games that are just a dime a dozen. Victory. And I win, so heck. But my point is, guys, there's very few realistic games. We have the Arma franchise, which is awesome. Bohemia Interactive always makes the game the way they know is right and the way they want, because they're independent. They don't deal with some BS publisher that wants to just worry about the almighty dollar. So that's why I love the Arma series. However, I really think that Tripwire has a good product here, and that they could give us something that's really just mind-blowingly fractastic. And I really want this to be good. I want it to succeed, but it's gonna now just come down to us, like I keep saying. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, please, you know, play this for free. Try it out. Support it. Give it a shot. You know, if you like it, give up your $10 for it. It's $10. If you're asking, is it worth your $10? If you like this gameplay that I'm discussing right now, then yes, it is totally worth it. Don't buy a Happy Meal and save your money and get a decent game, you know? And that's what it comes down to, because you can get cool one-hit kills like I just did and have it light up your life, put a smile on your face, and relax you to no end, because this kind of combat is rare, and you can consider yourself quite skilled if you're actually good at this type of a game in more ways than one, because I think it actually takes a higher level of intelligence to appreciate this type of game, because you have to think more about tactics instead of just twitch reflex. There's two different types of things there. You know, you can be a twitch player, but if you don't have the tactical knowledge, the brain power to really, you know, perform a perfect flanking maneuver or squad-based maneuver there. Oh, that's beautiful. Love it. Love that. And one more. Oh, he ducked down, and hopefully he's not looking at me. Again, I think I'm just missing him barely right there. Unless that's a rock or just a body. So let's try this again. Love the cover mechanic. And, oh, one thing I wanted to mention is that they obviously added the correct nation languages. So if you are a German player, you speak German. And if you're Russian, obviously Russian. You can turn that on and off, but it sounds so much better with the proper dialogue, because the English voice acting that they had for the Germans, at least, was downright terrible. There's another one. Love it. Shoot. There was a guy by the Panzer IV with a mounted machine gun. I had no chance against that, but I got some good kills in there, and that was totally awesome. So let's try another spawn. And this game does have about 22 minutes remaining on it. I'm probably going to bring this match at about 20-25 minutes, or as far as the recording goes. I don't want to make it too lengthy. Going here, so it just comes down to really good flanking. You can see, if you watch how these players are, you know, this is how you play this game. You really want to take cover, find good positions, and take people out from a distance. I mean, we have guns. Guns were invented for a reason. We're not sword fighting. You don't really want to be in a close quarters situation unless you absolutely have no choice. So let's sprint in here. Rolling forward. And try to take... Now there's a body there, which usually... Sometimes when I see a body, I think to myself, well, you need to be careful because that means somebody just got dropped and you don't want to just take his place. So we're rolling in here. Now, a little bit about performance of the game. I am running this Ultra, except I turned anti-aliasing down to medium and I turned bloom off, because bloom can sometimes be annoying. I'm running at about 50 frames, 46, 48, 47, 45, 46 again right now, with fraps turned on. So if we turn off fraps, we can regain about 5 to 10 frames in that direction. So they definitely did improve the performance, and I just got tore up there as I tried to rush forward. And yeah, I got what I deserved. So let's try one more time. So performance has definitely increased. I know some people have been complaining about them dumbing down the graphics. I'm not sure where they did because, like I said, I just bought this game yesterday. And I really don't know what the game looked like originally, if it looked any different. It looks good enough, in my opinion. So, I guess if people exist out there that are pickier than me, well, sorry about your bad luck. But, you know, it is Unreal Engine. It's an older engine, let's face it. And the fact that this game can support 64 players. Look, we're on a 64-player server in an Unreal Engine game. Unreal Engine usually doesn't do 64-player support unless it's one of those MMOs that has limited zone space and things like that. So trying to move up here. There's our objective. So let's just try to make our way forward without getting shot up. Now, I'm not sure how many maps exist in this game. I hope there's a good amount, because obviously limited numbers of maps can make or break a game, especially for online play, as I really don't think the single player is worth anything. I messed around with it just for tutorial purposes, and it's just kind of basic and lame. And it seems like most of it is the multiplayer maps anyway, so... I'm just kind of creeping here. Got some bodies up front, so I know I don't want to come over this hill. There's a friendly, some burnt out tanks. And I do have to actually hand it to them for the tank combat. It is actually pretty exquisite when it works properly. The interiors are beautifully rendered in full 3D, and it's kind of cool that you can actually navigate like the interiors of them. I've never really seen a game do it that well. It's pretty impressive. 120 meters up. Artillery? Where? On their point? Can you resupply anywhere? Oh yeah, you can. Oh, never mind. Why am I getting nuked? I thought that was going on them. Don't know what happened there, but... It's friendly. And I'm just checking targets at this point. Some of the explosion particle effects could be a little bit better. Like when you throw a grenade or the RD comes in, it's just kind of flat. And the smoke is very flat as well. So that obviously can help or hurt the game's performance. Particle effects are a big factor in how a game runs. So I guess I can understand if they're trying to push 64 players in this engine, if they dumb down a few things. It still looks great, don't get me wrong. This game looks really beautiful, and some of the lighting effects that they pull off and some of the more sunlit levels are flat out gorgeous. So definitely don't have any complaints with the visuals. Oh man, headshot. I just can't see anybody. Oh man, and that's just the way it should be, you know? That's just the way it is. So let's do one more, guys. I'm gonna do one more and we will call it quits from there. But otherwise, guys, you know, just in conclusion, yes, it does deserve some time to look at. Hopefully you're watching this video now and you can jump on this free-to-play weekend, because it's going to end again on the 28th. And it'd be a shame to miss out on trying it, especially at $10. It's just such a great price, and there's, you know, no excuse at this point. I tell you, man, this is tough. Just trying to figure out where everybody is and aiming with these iron sights on this Car 98. Now, the other thing I actually do like is the fact that they do limit the classes. They limit how many people can hold certain weapons. Like, there can usually only be one sharpshooter sniper. There can only be 4 heavy machine gunners. There can only be, you know, 4 of another certain class or whatever. So, is that a player? Might as well shoot. Use up some ammo. Who cares? Guess it's just a rock. And now, I've noticed there are some glitchy things with the terrain. It like pushing you out of your stance, for example, and I have a few times have clipped through the world. Oh, and everybody just got lit up, as you can see on that charge there. Contact in that bunker there, I believe. Stick your head out one more time, please do it. There he was, but I think somebody else got him. Now, I do have to wonder, though, sometimes if these guns are too accurate, because I tell you what, I've nailed some crazy shots with this game, especially with these little iron sights. Oh, although I do know, I think the Car 98 has a history of being an extremely accurate rifle. Correct me if I'm wrong. And who's shooting at me? So, I don't really mind the lethality, you know. It's fine where it's at, in my opinion. There's people just rushing up, tossing grenades. I'm just trying to hold back, because this rifle is destined for range. Alright, let's push up a little bit. I have to get used to my buttons, though, for going prone and everything. I might have to remap a few things. Push up a little bit. Come around this left flank. Kind of use these tank traps for cover. Although I do have guys that are rushing up there to the front line. You don't necessarily want to follow their example. I'm just shooting at things that look like humans at this point, because there's one. Boom, headshot. See how accurate this thing is? I mean, I shot at something the size of an ant, and I headshot it. There's another one. Oh, reload, dang it. Noob, SideStrafe. I gotta remember that when it doesn't bolt back automatically. I I need to reload. Oh man, the whole place is smoked up. I can't see anything. This is where I was last night on this map, and I was just tearing people up with this Kar 98. I felt like I was cheating in a way, because this thing was just so deadly accurate. But the other thing they did add, I guess that's really important, is they added client-side prediction. So the hits are more precise, and you're actually feeling the game perform the way it should. Whereas before, I guess everything was server-side, which is an old, archaic technology. I don't know why they decided to pull that, but... There's this guy, like, standing above me here. Oh, great. Just, yeah, give away my position. You know, I hate people like you. Get the frack away from me, dude. Just, don't go right up on somebody like that. Come on. Keep your spacing. And don't give away my position. That muzzle flare, it's like a bullet magnet. Missed. Dang it. Didn't miss that one. God, I love this gun. I like some of the other guns too, but you cannot beat the accuracy of the rifles in this game. The bolt action ones, at least. Imagine, oh, the sniper scope. Whew. That's like cheater mode there, because you could tear people up with that scope. But usually each round only allows one sniper per team, one or two at least. Might be a server side setting, but from what I can tell. And you know, I'm fine with this, man. Just sitting back, taking people out from a distance. It's the way you're supposed to do it. I just want to make sure. I guess I can move up. We got a lot of people going up. Okay. I want to try to find another cover point, though. Guys moving up left. And I don't know if we've taken that point or not, because, yeah, we need to attack that direction. So I'm going to move up to this house. Seems like decent cover. Hide behind the plane. She's definitely seen better days. Now sometimes you want to let these guys push up and wait for the contacts to show themselves, because half the time you follow these people, you think, okay, I guess you should just go this direction, and you just get mowed down. And that's what you can get mowed down by one guy simply with a support machine gun. If you're not paying the right amount of attention. Push up. Because I guess we're just trying to flank that point in the distance. My guy's getting tired here. Artillery, where? Now, I think there's bandaging in this game. I don't know. This classic mode, I've never been hit to the point where I had enough time to bandage. Usually I'm dead. I've never been in a position where there's remotely enough time. And honestly, that is fine by me. I have no issues with that. I know you can, in real life, you can technically survive certain bullet wounds to certain body parts and whatnot. And that's why in some cases, Arma's even a bit more realistic. But really, when it comes down to a video game, I'm fine with just a couple bullets taking people out. Contact. Crap. He's flanking all the way around. Get behind this cover and prepare for him. Come on, show yourself. Come on. Where is he? I don't like trying to go after people with this rifle because it's not meant for close quarter battle. I don't have those types of skills. And if he has a submachine gun, then it's even worse because he'll obviously take me out unless I just get the draw on him. There's a friendly, so they're moving up. I wonder if somebody got that guy. Just taking it slow. Well, this guy's gonna get tore up if he is there. I guess he got hit. Oh, there he is. Pistol whipped him. Nice job, buddy. I think I see some guys prone. I knew that guy was still here. That's why I kept an eye on the area. Oh, there's some contacts. Reload. Trying to go for those little headshots. When they use that cover system, you just gotta wait for their heads to pop up. Oh no, I didn't get that guy. I think he's already dead. There, we've got some MG cover fire, so nobody's going to be coming out of that alive. Alright, I think that's just the body at this point. Gotta make sure. You see that shot? I just killed that guy. You probably didn't... Did anybody even see what I was aiming at? That was... I just shot at a flea and killed it. That's the thing, like, is this gun too accurate? Somebody that's a Car 98 weapons expert tell me if it's way too accurate. Because that shot, there's no way I would have landed that shot in any other game, I don't think. But, I don't know. I'm okay with it. It makes me happy. It just makes you want to be more cautious, I suppose. Now, I know you can adjust elevation, see, by doing this with the mouse wheel. So that's kind of cool that they've added that as well. So mix that with the cover mechanic and all the other features, the deadly realism. I'm a happy camper. Quite literally at this point. So let's push up just a little bit here. I'm going until I die, guys. I'm going until I die. Get down. Go prone. What do you got, buddy? Guy by the tank? Oh, I missed him. Duck down. Come on, reload, load, load, load. Tell you what. He's gonna keep... Yeah, I see him right there. Oh, he got ripped up before I even hit that guy. Once again, I'm just shooting at things that I think that I see, but right there, well, we win. And I got some decent kills at the end there. So, what do we got? 11 kills, probably way too many deaths. Not sure what all this stuff means yet. I like how they advertise you as a team killer. Like, they put you down as the most dishonorable player if you are team killing. And that's actually good, because I think people that team kill should get made fun of and belittled in the game via stats and whatnot. So that's really cool. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed my kind of first impressions or second impressions look at Red Orchestra 2. Again, you have until the 28th to pick this one up during the Steam free-to-play weekend. And I highly suggest it because $9.99 or $12.99 for Digital Deluxe is an awesome deal. And this game now really does deserve a chance with the Game of the Year edition. So with that said, this has been SideStrafe. Thank you so much for joining me, and definitely see you on the next one.